Hey, how you doing? This is Kim Reads Urantia. Nice to see you today. Today we're going to read from the Urantia book, but first we're going to do Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. And today is June 23rd, and we have an ancient Russian prayer. Very sweet, simple. God, illuminate our hearts with your light and warm up our souls. So I'm picturing it's cold up there in Russia and Siberia. Illuminate our hearts and warm us up, warm up our souls. So very sweet and simple. Okay. Not a lot of analysis on that today. Okay, we've got paper number 9 we're studying here, and we are on the mind gravity circuit, section number 6. Okay, and we've been talking about the third source and center, the infinite spirit. Yeah, okay. The third source and center, the universal intelligence, is personally conscious of every mind, every intellect, in all creation, and Z maintains a personal and perfect contact with all these physical, morontial, and spiritual creatures of mind endowment in the far-flung universes. All these activities of mind are grasped in the absolute mind gravity circuit, which focalizes in the third source and center and is a part of the personal consciousness of the infinite spirit. Okay, so that infinite spirit is personally conscious of every mind. Does that mean that my mind is being read by God all the time? I think that what I'm going to say is that they're conscious of the activity in my mind. And I think they're conscious of, we have these chakras and this glowing energy, the aura around us that I think that shows the type of thoughts that we're engaging in. And I think the character of our thoughts in a general way is reflected in that. But the specificities, I believe we can either decide to share explicitly with the spirit or not. And I think that God respects our privacy. Because I don't think that the spirit is invasive in this way. But it's like, well, you're a parent. You can tell when your child is in a bad mood or when something is bothering them. But if they don't want to talk to you about it, you're going to wait until they're ready to talk about it. You're not going to. A good parent wouldn't, hold them down and torture them until they confess that they've been thinking dirty little thoughts. I mean, so I don't think that God does that, but I think that the third source and center is aware of the disposition in general of our mental activity. Okay, I'm going to say that. And so it maintains a personal and perfect contact with all these physical, morontial, and spiritual creatures of mind endowment. right? The activities of mind are grasped in the absolute mind gravity circuit. Okay? But the more we grow spiritually, the less we have to hide from God, from the Spirit, the more we're willing to share and allow God into our thoughts and our desires, and but that's a process, and wherever you are in that process, I mean, you have to know that your boundaries are respected, and I think that that's loving. And if God loves us, it truly, God loves us, and I don't think that God will invade us that way, right? I don't. Okay. Much as the Father draws all personality to himself, and as the Son attracts all spiritual reality, so does the conjoint actor exercise a drawing power on all minds. Z unqualifiedly dominates and controls the universal mind circuit. All true and genuine intellectual values, all divine thoughts and perfect ideas are unerringly drawn into this absolute circuit of mind. Okay, so we're talking about the circuit, we're talking about the drawing power of the mind. So we talked about how the eternal Son is the master of spirit gravity. So that's the energy that pulls you into caring about someone else, someone other than ourselves. Okay. Yeah. And the Father is the master of the personality circuit. So that has to do with the I am. So everything that is, and personal power and dignity, and just I don't know, being, and just in the most basic way, just being. I don't know, there's power in that, in control, in self-control, self, discipline, right? Yeah. But that, what draws us into the circuit of spirit, the spirit circuit, which is mastered by the eternal Son, is love for each other and a desire to be identified with another, right? But what draws us into the I don't know, the mind circuitry, right, of the infinite spirit, has to do with something mysterious, like a puzzle, a mystery that we believe we could solve, right? Sudoku does this for me, right? It's like, I gotta solve it. I gotta find the solution to the problem, whatever it is. So, when I'm talking about a circuit, I mean the energy that drives us forward through stages and helps us to expand our understanding here. So it's a circuit of unfolding knowledge and understanding on that level. Okay. So a mystery will draw us forward and help us expand our intellect and our problem-solving powers. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Mind gravity can operate independently of material and spiritual gravity. But wherever and whenever the latter two impinge, mind gravity also always functions. Okay. So it's independent of spirit material gravity, but it's always, associated. When all three are associated, spirit personality gravity may embrace the material creature, physical or morontial, finite or absonite. Okay, when there's material, spiritual gravity, and mental gravity, all three, then I have awareness of my own being. When I have all those things, and what intellect is, the spirit is love, the intellect is the ability to be self-aware. Okay? And to make decisions, right? Okay. And then you have personality, aware of my own being, right? Okay. But irrespective of this, the endowment of mind, even in impersonal beings, qualifies them to think and endows them with consciousness despite the total absence of personality. Okay, let's them think. Okay, so if all of those three are not present, maybe just the mind is present, okay, then you're thinking. Okay, so if you have mind and not love, you could be like like an advanced sort of animal that's maybe like a immoral sort of person, somebody who doesn't have thought adjuster, isn't personalized that way, but you still, right, might be, you're still part of the mind circuit. So that's the outermost thing. Okay. Right. Selfhood of personality, dignity, human or divine, immortal or potentially immortal, does not, however, originate in either spirit, mind, or matter. It is the bestowal of the universal Father. Okay, so that's again personality circuit. That's the universal Father. So that's being self-aware. That I'm a thing, that I'm important, that I have this dignity, I can decide for myself. I am that I am. Okay? Neither is the interaction of spirit, mind, and material gravity a prerequisite to the appearance of personality gravity. Okay, well that just throws that out the door. So something could be personalized. Okay, without these three things. It's if the Father decides to personalize something, he's going to personalize it. Right? But I think as a rule of thumb, these things are present. The material, the spiritual, and the intellectual. The Father's circuit may embrace a mind material being who is unresponsive to spirit gravity. Or it may include a mind spirit being who is unresponsive to material gravity. Okay? Okay, so what would that be like? A mind spirit. Okay, something that's right. So the Father circuit may embrace a mind material being who is unresponsive to spirit gravity. So that means that they don't have love or ability to be loved. That doesn't really mean they can't develop that. That's not a potential for them, but you know, they can have that. They can still be part of they can still have personal dignity and choice, right? Or a mind spirit being who is unresponsive to material gravity. That's just a spirit that doesn't have a physical body, but they have mind and spirit. The operation of personality gravity is always a volitional act of the universal Father. Okay, so he chooses whether to do that or not. It's a volitional act. While mind is energy associated in purely material beings, and spirit associated in purely spiritual personalities. Innumerable orders of personality, including the human, possess minds that are associated with both energy and spirit. Okay. Okay. While mind is energy associated in purely material beings, and spirit associated in purely spiritual. Okay. So mind is more material. Okay, spirit is associated in spiritual personalities. Innumerable orders of personality, including the human, possess minds that are associated with both. Okay, the spiritual aspects of creature mind unfailingly respond to the spirit gravity pull of the eternal sun. That has to do with, loving and being loved, right? The material features respond to the gravity urge of the material universe. Right, totally. Cosmic mind okay. I don't know. Cosmic mind, when not associated with either energy or spirit, is subject to the gravity demands of neither material nor spiritual circuits. Cosmic mind, when not associated with either energy or spirit, so cosmic mind, is like collective mind, right? Collective awareness. Is subject to the gravity demands of neither material nor spiritual circuits. Okay, so sometimes that awareness is not about loving the other loving people. So it is, okay, when it's not associated with either energy or spirit, how could it not be associated with something? Is subject to the gravity demands of neither material nor spiritual circuits. Pure mind is subject only to the universal gravity grasp of the conjoint actor. Okay, so this cosmic mind, sometimes it's like, okay, when I've got a bunch of people that are listening to a speaker and they're aware of the speaker, or maybe they're aware of their people in an elevator and the elevator's stuck, okay? So they have the awareness that the elevator's stuck, even though they don't really want to be there, they're just random thrown together. Okay, then they have a common awareness. That's part of the conjoint actor, but it's not a spiritual awareness. And it's not motivating them to do anything, right? It's not energy. It's not associated with energy or spirit. Okay. Okay, pure mind is close of kin to infinite mind. I don't know what they mean by pure mind. Pure mind is mind, it's pure. I don't know. I'm asking and you're telling me things, but I don't, I want you to believe me, but then I want you to just feel that, okay, okay. Pure mind is like only awareness without any action or intention. So that's what we're trying to get at when we're meditating, trying to get at the pure mind, pure just connection with those circuits, to experience that connection with those circuits, devoid of any other intent, right? Or grasping onto any other kind of awareness, right? So this pure mind is subject only to the universal gravity grasp of the conjoined actor. Okay, so that's meditation kind of mind. Okay, right? Pure mind is close of kin to infinite mind. And infinite mind, the theoretical coordinate of the absolutes of spirit and energy, is apparently a law unto itself, a law in itself. Infinite mind. Pure mind is close of kin to infinite mind. So I don't know the difference between them, but they're just close in kin. Okay. So would infinite mind be like, gosh, I think, okay, like intent to know everything, to want to know everything. Whether pure mind is stripped of all intention except to know the mind of God. Right. I'm not sure about that. That's okay. So that's a law unto itself. Infinite mind is apparently a theoretical coordinate of the absolutes of spirit and energy. Okay, I don't know. The greater the spirit energy divergence, the greater the observable function of mind. Divergence from what, guys? Come on. Okay, the lesser the diversity of energy and spirit, the lesser the observable function of mind. Is this like the difference between what I have and what I want? Like the energy of where I'm at. Okay, the divergence, the spirit energy divergence. The spirit has to do with what I desired. It always has to do with desire, with desiring to be close to something or become something, or that's what draws that forward. So when the energy pattern of where I'm at is far removed from where I want to be, then there's a great activity of mind to try to draw those things together. Okay? All right. Apparently, the maximum function of the cosmic mind is in the time universes of space. The maximum function of the cosmic mind is in the time universes of space. Okay, so I'm interpreting cosmic mind as to be like collective will, collective mind. Okay, so the maximum function of this is in the time universes of space. Here, mind seems to function in a mid-zone between energy and spirit. So, okay, but this is not true of the higher levels of mind. On Paradise, energy and spirit are essentially one because everybody is exactly where they want to be. There's no divergence between what's happening, energy, and what we want to happen, spirit. Okay, and this is loose interpretation. I'm trying to reach for, it's hard, you guys. So, but you know, we create a platform where we can engage from. All right. The mind gravity circuit is dependable. It emanates from the third person of deity on Paradise, but not all the observable function of mind is predictable. Throughout all known creation, there parallels this circuit of mind some little understood presence whose function is not predictable. Through all known creation, there parallels the circuit of mind another presence, another mysterious presence whose function is not predictable. So that's maybe the spirit that draws us forward, the mystery that draws us forward. We believe that this unpredictability is partly attributable to the function of the universal absolute, okay, which of course is the balance between yin yang energies. What this function is, we do not know. What actuates it? Well, if you don't know, how am I supposed to know? Yeah. What actuates it, we can only conjecture. Concerning its relation to creatures, we can only speculate. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. All right. I don't have to know about this. All right. So so I'm thinking about this, drawing the forward the circuit. So this little mystery here that runs parallel to the mind circuit here is like the universal absolute. So the universal absolute is what draws the yin yang, the Tao, forward in that motion of the yin mystery pulls forward the yang energy, and it keeps going in this unending cycle. So this mystery is solved or pacified, and then we have something else that emerges that has to be satisfied and come around again. So it's the universal absolute that does that keeps the engine of the yin and the yang turning. The Tao just turns and turns, and so it's like that. So I'm imagining that in this mind circuit of the third source and center, the mind gravity circuit, there's a little mystery that pulls this forward, that teases our minds into further development and further understanding of more and more of this mysterious world that we live in. Okay, keep going here. This is a long one. Certain phases of the unpredictability of finite mind. Yeah, there's my cat. Yep, she's checking stuff out. Okay. Certain phases of the unpredictability of finite mind may be due to the incompleteness of the Supreme Being. Okay. And there's a vast zone of activities wherein the conjoint actor and the universal absolute may possibly be tangent. Okay, so the conjoint actor in this way is associated with the universal absolute. I think that God the Father then would be associated with yang energy, and the Son would be associated with the yin, with the yin. Okay, sweetheart? Okay, and then the spirit would be the universal absolute between them. Yeah, okay. All right. So those are tangent things. There's much about mind that is unknown, but of this we are sure: the infinite spirit is the perfect expression of the mind of the Creator to all creatures. The Supreme Being is the evolving expression of the minds of all creatures to their Creator. Okay, so I see that. The Supreme Being is expression of our love for God, our striving to be like God, our attempts and our pitfalls and our victories and our, yeah. As long as we don't give up, we are continually um, giving more information to the Supreme Being, which will be like, the God of experience, where we can plug into it and know the experiences of all other creatures. All of God's creatures will be like a huge network of experiences. All right. Okay. That'll do it for today. That was kind of weighty. I'm like, oh gosh, head trippy. Okay. Well, it gets like that sometimes. This book does, but we just kind of write it out. Everything's good. All right. I'll see you next time. Love ya. Bye.